What's up, guys? Lisa here with Keller Williams South Tampa, and welcome to my shed. It's been about 6 months since I made a video. This shed did not exist 6 months ago, so I've chosen to use this as our studio for today. And this is probably the last time because this light feels really harsh, and you can probably hear the fan that I have going because making these videos is a little nerve-wracking, so I need a fan. But anyway, it's been a long time since I've made a video, and honestly, I've missed it. I really miss you guys. I miss engaging with you in this way, in this capacity. And so I promised to make it a priority going into 2021 to revamp a video series that will be useful for you, okay? So, that being said, all that personal stuff aside, let's talk today about Knock Home Swap. So, yesterday I got my certification for this program, Knock Home Swap, and this is several hours of content that I'm going to try and boil down into 5 minutes. This is the high level, too long didn't read version of Knock Home Swap, okay? So in layman's terms, what is Knock Home Swap? Knock Home Swap is an opportunity for buyers who have a home to sell to buy before selling their home, okay? It seems really elementary because that is the most simple way to explain it. And I've got some notes here that I'm going to be referencing because I don't want to forget stuff. But traditionally, and just so you know, about at least 40% of home buyers have a home to sell. And this can feel like a really overwhelming, cumbersome process to the home buyer who has the home to sell. And traditionally, there are 3 different ways you go about it. So, and not all options are available to all buyers. So option number 1 would be that you buy before you sell. This would be someone who is a candidate for purchase who has the spending power to go out and initiate a new loan before the old loan is closed, okay? Then you have option number 2, which would be for the seller who cannot do that. They would choose to sell before they buy. So they would sell the house, take the equity out, and then have a temporary place that they stay, maybe rent for a little while, stay with family, and then make their purchase, right? And then option number 3, which really does not work at all in this market right now, is writing offers on homes contingent upon the sale of your house, okay? So just so you guys know, we are in an extreme seller's market. Any contingencies that are unnecessary will, if the house is half decent and it's getting any sort of traction, which most of them are, you don't really stand a chance with that contingency. So we got to get creative, right? So this is where Knock comes in. Knock is essentially a mortgage lender, okay? What's in it for them is that they want your loan. They want your 30-year loan. They only issue conventional loans, and they only work with certain buyers, right? The criteria for this buyer would be that you have to have a credit score of 640 or higher, okay? Also, you need to have at least 30% equity in your home. Then, basically what I would do as your Knock certified agent is I would verify that your property even qualifies in the first place, because you can be squeaky clean, but the house might not qualify. So that's really, you have to qualify based on the property and the person, okay? So we've established that Knock is the lender, and we know that the person who can benefit from this is the buyer who needs to sell, okay? So who is able to help you with this? Knock certified realtors, me, okay? So there are others, but like, why work with others when I'm right here? You can just call me, I'll help you out. So I basically get the pre-approval process started for you. You give me your address, I run it through my little app, and I say, hey, this property works, this property doesn't. And then from there, you would go ahead and get started with the mortgage lending process. I will say that in general, I don't like deviating from my preferred lender because it's just, there's way too many different variables that come into play with the lending process. So I like to know what to expect, but this is a really great program, so I want to make sure that you guys are aware of it, okay? So the features of this program, how does Knock work? What makes this so great? So if you are qualified to take advantage of this, both because you've got the right property with enough equity and you personally have the credit score and all that good stuff that you need to get pre-approved for a loan, which, by the way, conventional only, no VA, no FHA, no special down payment assistance programs, none of that, okay? So straightforward conventional loan. And the features, the things that benefit you to take, the things that you would benefit from taking advantage of are three major things. So number one is the stress-free experience of getting to make your next home purchase before your home is sold and before you ever really have to think about selling your house, right? Benefit number two is that what they'll do is they'll defer 6 months of your mortgage payments and kind of roll it into the, when you sell your house, they'll just take it out of your profits, right? So up to 6 months of mortgage payments can be deferred, okay? And the third benefit, this is a really great benefit, and I think a lot of people would really benefit from this program just because of this alone, which is that they give you up to $25,000 to make home repairs before your house goes to market. And this is a 0% interest loan that is paid back when you sell your home, right? So you have to have the equity in your house to substantiate these things. They're not just gonna throw money at you. Like, you know, at the end of the day, you might end up selling your house and net zero profit because you've done all the repairs and you deferred your mortgage payments. But at the end of the day, you were able to get into the next house you wanted to get into, and you were able to sell your house quickly because you made those repairs, right? So that's really the short end. That's the short explanation of it. And there are obviously more intricacies that I'll be happy to go over with you guys. Now, there's no such thing as a free lunch, right? So I always like to talk about the catches with these kinds of programs. And with this program, I'll say that there are two major catches to me. Number one, they are telling you that their interest rates are competitive. I don't know that to be sure. I really don't. I don't know that to be true. So I'd have to, honestly, can somebody give me a house? So give me an example so that I can compare them to market rates, because I want to know. I don't want you guys to have higher interest. Sorry about that, guys. I got a phone call, cut off the video. So the first caveat is interest rates. If these interest rates really are higher, or if they are fair to the market, I want to know that so that I can provide that information for you guys. So please, if you're in this situation, let me know, because I would love to run the diagnostics on this, and let's be guinea pigs together, okay? And then the second thing that I don't like about it, or the catch, is that they charge a 1.5% convenience fee on the purchase of your new home, and then they waive the 1% origination fee on the loan. So essentially, not to get too much into this, but it's a net difference of 0.05 extra that you pay at closing for your new home, okay? If that doesn't make sense, that's okay. I'll explain this in more depth later. That's it, guys. This video is super long. It took way more than 5 minutes. So if you have any questions, if you are someone who could benefit from this, let me know. I would love to figure out the intricacies of this program, because it sounds really cool. And stay tuned going into 2021, because I'm going to have more content for you guys, because I miss this. You know, I miss this. But that's it. You stay blessed, stay happy, healthy, productive. Bye.